love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is casual anyway, Boomer. So who cares, right? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Something for Nothing Poker. Um, I hope everyone is doing well. I certainly am. I'm just enjoying my Sunday, chilling out. How are you, Boomer?
There we go.
I'm enjoying what is my Monday morning, and it's a rather warm morning. We've had 30 degrees plus days so far, and right now we're looking like someone's got a 7 on the table for a straight. I know it's been good. It's Australian summer. You guys are getting snow and all sorts of terrible stuff, so we'll throw over to Global Mum. How are you, Global Mum? Are you freezing or are you getting over the heat?
Actually, we're pretty temperate here. We're about maybe our cold days are like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah, we don't get snow where I live. It's not that cold.
Well,
it gets cold, but not like. Well, yeah, I'm not in Texas, so I'm in California.
So about 4 degrees Celsius.
About 4 degrees Celsius, yeah.
4.44 Celsius.
I usually have to Google it and do the conversion thing, but
me too. But I think that you're at 2 Europeans and an Australian here.
yeah. I'm basically in a Mediterranean kind of climate, which is a temperate climate, so we don't get, unless I'm high up in the mountains, it doesn't get that cold here.
Right. Oh, that's good. So apparently they're copying it left, right, and centre up in the northern regions. All right. What about you, Trent? What have you been up to in the last few days?
Oh, me.
Apart from talking way not enough.
Nothing really. I mean, just hanging out, and yeah, I'm also in California, and it's been getting kind of cold.
What's kind of cold in California status in freedom units?
I guess about 50 freedom units.
Oh my God! So 50. Hang on, double it and add 30. So that's about 10 degrees. All right. So that's 3 pieces of clothing: long pants and probably long sleeves too.
Long sleeves, need something to cover your arms, you know.
Okay.
And mornings are always colder than any other time of the day.
Well, right now we're getting the warm ones coming in, so that's cool. And what about, we've actually got out in the helicopter, who's probably chasing O.J. Simpson down the freeway because he's time traveled as well, is Flint. Are you there, Flint? And Flint's missing in action.
Well, I'm reporting here right from the mountaintop, and I can tell you it has weather up here. It is windy, it is cold, and goddammit, I want to play. How are you doing?
Right, so Switzerland as well. We've got 2 Californians, a Switzerland, the Netherlands, and an Aussie. Yo, this is a world international poker game.
That's right. Okay. Oh, where am I going? Jeez.
As it goes, we're shooting the shit. So what wonderful things have happened in our respective countries this week?
Oh, not much.
Well, I don't keep up with the news too much in my country that much.
For your own sanity. I
just got done paying taxes though, so we're getting a good refund. So I guess that's a good thing.
What it's actually is it tax time?
Yeah, it's our tax time.
Whoa, what? So tax doesn't go? I thought it was financial year. Everybody in the world. No, what, you don't do it in July like the rest of the world?
No, our tax day is April 15th. That's the deadline to file your taxes.
Oh, okay.
So January, everybody starts getting their W-2 forms and all that stuff, so you can do your taxes.
Oh, here actually starts in April, and you can't file taxes until like April 1st or something like that.
Oh yeah.
We have to wait.
Yeah, generally it's like they have until the 30. People have companies have until the 31st of January to get your W-2s mailed out to you.
Yeah.
And so generally in February people start filing taxes. And so that's what I did. I got my husband's, he had 2 W-2 forms last year. So once we got the second one, I'm like, okay, let's get it done. So.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I'm gobsmacked. I did not know this. I'm really just taken aback completely. And I heard Geordie say, right, Geordie will be in a bit later because he's playing D&D. So hopefully he'll get killed very soon. I hope he died, Geordie. Anyway, he's probably not listening because he's stuck in the D&D game.
Yeah.
Okay, now I don't know if you know about this new one, but right now the scammers are sending things out to your mobile phone saying your package has been delivered, or your package hasn't been delivered, or it's been lost, or the one I love is, have you seen the video? Who uploaded that video of us? And it's all these things to scare you. Now, it's got a text-based number, but I got one last night and thought, okay, I'm going to ring you. So I rang it, and they went straight to they rang out a few times and went to message bank, and I rang them back again, and they went to message bank again after a few more rings, and I kept ringing him. I just sat there ringing until I made them turn their phone off. They weren't going to answer. They got scared. So I was trolling the package trolls. I'm loving this one now. So when they ring you, just keep ringing them back. Pest call them. They've got to turn their phone off. So, yeah, the scammers, God, they're getting inventive. But the one, have you seen that video of us? I mean, surely our video will never get uploaded, Global Mum, because ours is a wonderful video. And, yeah, you haven't had any security issues, have you?
No.
Good,
I've gotten
good.
emails like, we've hacked your computer and you must pay us in Bitcoin or whatever. We know where you've been, blah, blah. I'm like, seriously, just go away. So I flag him, report him, and that's about all I can do.
Well, you haven't actually paid that one yet, by the way. I just want to point out to you, you haven't paid us yet on that. It was actually a brown paper bag with
But my computer still works, so that's how I know it's a scam.
Yeah. A brown paper bags with
been locked out of your computer.
Yeah. A brown paper bag with your bitcoins in it.
Yeah, well, actually, it was a brown paper bag with a ham and cheese sandwich. I think we're getting pretty desperate with you because you just weren't going to pay. Also, another one, you being a Minecraft, I jumped on the Steam the other day and discovered Space Engineers. Oh my God, I did like 5 minutes and I'm just so addicted. I thought, I've got to wait till winter because I'm going to basically end up with just doing nothing. You know, this game looks so addictive because it's sort of Minecraft, but it's not the old chunky square graphics. It's beautiful graphics.
Oh,
and it's out
yeah.
in space.
There's a lot of different ones I've played that are similar, but they're not the same. Yeah.
What do you mean not the same? Well, you're a bit of a veteran at this because Minecraft to me has always been chunky.
I got on one. It was called Milkcraft or something, and it was similar to Minecraft, but it was graphics were a bit different, but the concept was the same. Yeah. So there's a lot of knockoffs out there now.
What I found with Space Engineers though is there's a lot of tutorials up, so it's been around for a bit. And I tend to not buy games when they're new. I've only got about like $10 in my Steam wallet, so I wait till they're on special. And this Space Engineers, my friend, we discovered they've got this flaw where if you know someone, you can get them a game, and then when that person gets a new game, they can then give someone else a new game, and it theoretically goes around the whole world. So one purchase can technically resell a million times, and we thought, there's no way this is going to be right because this is designed by software engineers. But no, they've overlooked it. They've stuffed it up. And so we've passed it off to about 30 of our friends now. So I got a friend in who's got a friend in who's got a friend in. And like, come on, Steam, you're dropping the ball there. You got to put a limit on. But no, it's redone 50 times now from what we can gather. So
wow.
Steam must be complaining they're not making any money. Yeah, so that's
crazy. Yeah, I'll go on Steam and I'll check the free games every so often and see what's what. Because sometimes you get some good free games and sometimes you don't. But it's a way to try them out and go, if I don't like you, I'll just uninstall you and I'm done with you, you know?
Well, the free ones, yeah. Or a lot of times they might be really cheap. In fact, what was one? Rocksmith, the latest Rocksmith. It went down to like, it's $40 or something. They knocked it back to 15%. So it was down to about $8. I thought, beauty, I'll buy this. It took about 6 hours to download. And then this is Rocksmith where you actually plug in a guitar. And I got the original one on PlayStation 3. And I loved the PlayStation 3 one. It had lots of great old songs, Rolling Stones numbers, and all really good. Quite a few good ones, a couple of Nirvana and that. This one, went through it, 40 songs. Not one I liked, and I just thought, I waited all these hours for this, and I just like, there's got to be one song I like, and just sorry, couldn't do it. so
it's like really Rock Band, right?
Yeah, yep. You actually plug it. Well, there's There's the one with the plastic guitar. This you actually plug in a proper guitar. It's got a USB interface that you plug
Oh,
in. So and
okay.
it's a little bit of latency, but it's if you want to learn how to play a guitar, you do this for a month and you'll know whether you can play a guitar or not. You need a decent guitar for it too, but it's
Right,
actually
okay.
good. Well, the PlayStation one I liked, but the newest one on Steam, I'd always say get the Rocksmith 2014. Don't get the new one; it's terrible. And it was just shit games.
Mm,
And I think because of the fighting between the video game industry and the music industry, they mutually hate each other. Therefore, if you want anything from us, we're going to make you pay, and vice versa.
right.
And the video game industry, they're obviously the way they're going to kick their ass. Music's always, we're going to buy music all the time, but kids like video games. It's the way it is.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
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 And speaking of video games, Ardawen, what have you done? Have you been killing any small electronic animals cruelly without heart?
I actually been playing. Yeah, I actually bought a Switch recently, a Nintendo Switch, and I got the Pokemon Legends. So I for all this weekend I've been throwing balls at small animals to enslave them, so I can let them fight for my amusement. That is basically.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
Oh
fun.
gosh,
It's
that's funny.
it's a really fun Pokemon game. You actually see all the Pokemon like rocking around and stuff like that, and you have to make your own Pokeballs, and
Oh gosh.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Oops.
So it's like watching puppies fight with kittens, and you're enjoying this. Yeah, do you sort of see how you're coming across
Yeah.
right now? Yeah. Okay. You're
And then if you let the kitten
does.
fight long enough, it evolves in an adult cat. And if you let the adult cat fight long enough, it evolves into a mountain lion.
right. And you're good with this, fighting
Wow.
endangered species against each other. You're good with this, are you?
Yes.
No conscience whatsoever. Okay. You go to hell. There's a special place in hell for you.
Well, they're virtual endangered species, so it's not like he's going out and doing the real ones.
Or you tell that
You
to
know?
Skynet when Skynet takes over. Skynet don't care whether they're pixels or not.
true.
Skynet's a computer who don't piss around. And I personally will be volunteering, Ardawen, if it's going to save my skin. Ah, yes. So,
That's for
Ardawen.
cribbage. That would be a darn good hand. Anyway.
Yes,
Oh,
Boomer.
Oh, sorry. I was sorting through to look at our thing. I just saw Dale Wilson, Brill Cream and Vaseline. Oh my God! Do we have some backing music, or are we going to miss out on the
I'm
backing
hearing it.
music this week? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I couldn't hear it. Oh,
I'm hearing
okay.
it. It's low, but I'm hearing it.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, I'm very sorry. Okay.
There we
That's a
go.
little
Now
bit
we can
better.
hear it.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Ardawen, we did our Valentine's Day stream.
Oh
last week, if I
yes,
remember rightly.
the product reviews of the Valentine's gifts. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Yes, now some of the things, look, we won't go through it all. I mean, this was a fun game, but what we do, Glover Mum, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but we actually read out the reviews, the product reviews of certain products.
Oh,
and
okay.
the crowd have to guess what the product is by the testimonials. And it's sort of, well, basically everything sounds like it's a vibrator, but it never is. And a couple of them, one of them was like, there's a mug you can get that's the world's okayest girlfriend. Now, if you were given your future beau was to give you a cup, say you're the world's okayest girlfriend, would you kind of like throw it back at him and aim for his head?
Yeah, and I make sure I
Like,
hit his head too, and
Yeah,
not the
you're
one
not
on his
the-
shoulders.
You're not the best girlfriend. You're just the okayest one.
Just the okayest.
Okay, and it's so cheesily spelt. What else? What were the other ones? Can you remember some of the other ones? I don't know. There was some news in there, wasn't there?
After BJ Mints.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Lord.
okay. Oh, there was a Valentine's card that said, what was it? you'll never know where to find the body or something, was it?
Yeah, they'll never. Yeah, they'll never find your body in newspaper clippings, basically.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Oh, what else? A few others. Oh, I can't quite remember them all. I should have really looked up before I brought the topic up, shouldn't
There
I?
was a.
Oh.
I'm having it here in front of me in Discord. There was
Oh, good.
there was toilet paper, with printed on it. It was thanks for putting up with my shit.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Excuse me.
The trials and tribulations of living with someone else too. In fact, you know that one of the old "make me a sandwich" dear. I don't think a lot of guys take into account that you can get easily poisoned if someone cooks your food. So
Correct.
yeah, I think they don't quite think this stuff through, do they? Mm.
They don't. They don't. They do not. I always think of that. There's that scene in Roots toward the end where it's one of the characters. A couple of characters are older, and it's one of the white characters and one of the black characters. And the white character is in they're both females, and they're sitting in a carriage. She's sitting in a carriage, and it's like, "Get me some water." And so she gets the cup. The other one gets the cup. As she's getting it, she spits in it, turns around and goes, "Here you go."
Oh,
So and then she drinks. So the woman drinks it. So you should always be nice to those that give you food or drink.
are you talking about the movie Roots or the mini series? I think it was
The
with
mini series
Alex
Roots from '77, the original one.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. That was actually pretty groundbreaking stuff
Yeah.
at the time too. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I also saw a comic once where they're like two gamers over the internet, and one was a dude, and he's like "Oh, you stupid girl, waiting for me? Just go make me a sandwich." And the girl turns out to have mental powers, so he puts himself a headset. It's like, well, he asked for it, and she activates her mind powers, and the guy turns into a sandwich.
I've seen one similar to that, and the girl literally goes, "Well, you know what? I fucked your dad. I'm gonna fuck your dad so I can give him a child that he really wants." Because the guys are like, "Go make me a sandwich. Make me a sandwich." She's like, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna go fuck your dad, so I'll give him a child he really wants." There was a TikTok.
Oh my
It was
God.
so funny.
Oh my
You can
God.
obviously
Okay.
tell she was like in her. I guess she said her age. You know. And they're like, "Oh my God, 35! You should be making, and making stuff for your kids right now." So she came with that comeback.
Oh wow. Talk about stereotyping and suicidal. It wouldn't be suicidal or insured or over-insure them, I'd say. That's the
Yeah.
usual thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. But just kids, you got to watch what you say to people online too. Just saying.
Well, hasn't online become an interesting place where people just don't seem to need to be polite anymore, do they?
No, they don't. They don't. Not at all.
Ooh.
You could be as rude as you want to be. You're behind a keyboard, but it's like people don't realize.
I sort of imagine. Okay, let's go for it. Come on, Flint. Let's go for it.
Come on.
Let's go on, Flint. You're that big, are you? Yes,
Nice.
you. Oh, damn! I thought I had you there, Flint too.
Oh,
was-
you tried.
That was a fun one.
We tried,
That was good.
right?
Oh, it's fine.
Give me, I don't
Hello
have to
there,
see.
Mr. Jin. Yeah.
Give me. Mute.
It's always good when we get down to the last two people just fighting it out, duking it out for that hand. Oh my goodness.
I remember an age ago when Sarcastic Barman was doing his one on the shills, and he got down to the end where he said he went all in, and he said, "Well, it's down to you and me, Boomer. I wonder whose straight is higher." And I said, "Yes, well, my straight's a little bit more flushier than yours." He went all in, which technically means I own his bar, and he never gave me his bar. I
No.
was not impressed.
All right. Well, one day we're gonna have to go visit him and go. You owe Boomah your bar.
Well, you go all in. Does that not mean all in? We've got it on tape. We've got the video
Oh, I
tape.
gotcha.
I'll give a copy of it.
Mhm.
Hey, Nursing, why don't you come in? By the way, what did you leave our Discord for, you mongrel? I saw that yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What are you doing to us, Nathan? You've done nothing there, and now you're gonna do nothing. That's a terrible thing. What can we?
He hates
who
us
can we
now.
Get,
He
we
hates
need to
us
get
now.
someone else
Nursing
in.
person in quite a while.
We do-
So
We need to get someone in to do nothing. I mean, you did such good nothing. Come on, man. Come back.
Yeah, you're making me look bad.
oh, that's funny.
Oh my
Okay.
God, we're only 20 minutes in too. Oh shit, this is going to be hard. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
goodness.
well,
Long morning.
Oh. Criminy.
that's what she said, by the way.
Yes. Well, I noticed how wonderful Novak Djokovic didn't go and start World War III after we threw him out of the Australian Open for tennis. I don't actually hate tennis, but when you get a Serbian come here trying to buck the system for COVID, he actually wrote the numbers in backwards, like whatever his things were, just in order to rort the system. So I'm so glad we caught him, and there are all these tennis fans saying, oh, it's wrong, we should let him in because he's rich. And it's like, no, we shouldn't let him in because he's rich. And it was all this internal squabbling that ends up he's a rorter.
Yep.
And I mean, yeah.
Yep.
And he's Serbian. It's not like Serbians ever start world wars. Well, apart from that one time. But yeah, outside that, there's not much of a threat.
Oh.
Oh, having a big one there. Yep. Come on, if we can't throw that one at Serbs, what can we throw at them? They didn't do anything else, really, did they?
That's
They haven't been around
true.
long enough.
That's true. Yeah, they're a relatively young country, aren't they?
Well,
Weren't
I
they
think
part of
they're more-
Yugoslavia?
Yeah, I think they were. They were part of
But I think-
of former Yugoslavia. Yeah.
But that's before them. But they're also part of the Ottoman Empire for 400 years when Greece was, because Greece was kind of not around for some time there. Remember when the Ottomans were pretty much most of the Balkans? I don't remember. I mean, I was only a young buck back in those days. In the Ottoman Empire. Well, God. Okay, when I was playing lead minstrel in a touring band on horseback, yeah, I used to play the lead lute.
Yeah, you're flying around Brave Sir Robin.
Yeah, that was me. Was that you? Did you see that gig? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Men in
Yeah,
Tights.
I saw that gig. That was a heck of a band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Geez, I was
Yeah.
rocking it back then. I had the best tush. Then David Lee Ross come along and took the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy can't sing. Just
Oh, really?
saying. He can't sing
Okay.
anymore.
Why?
I heard him on a few years ago. He was on I forget what it was, Ellen or something. It was like their first actual TV appearance in North America. And
Yeah.
he just could not sing. It's like he could not, he was like speaking almost. It was like half and half. It was so weird.
Well,
Oh, okay. Are you talking like recent David Lee Roth as in post Van Halen or?
Recent. No, when he came back to Van Halen.
Oh, okay.
He came back to before Eddie passed away. I should say before Eddie Van Halen passed away.
Right.
This was a few years ago. Yeah.
Rock singing is never really a thing where you actually sing. I think the point of it is just being able to talk, tell a story, and look good. I mean, the guy rocked the.
Yeah. He still
he
didn't
was-
look good either.
Oh, I thought the chicks loved him.
Maybe back in the day. I was more into Sting than I was into David Lee Roth.
Well, the police. Oh, okay. Didn't
Yes,
they
the
beat
police.
each other up in the end? I thought. Sting
Yeah, they
pretty
had
much-
they had one last tour. One last tour, and we're like, see ya, and they kind of went off in their own way. But so
I have a feeling Andy didn't make a lot of dollars, and I got a feeling Gordon.
No.
I can't remember the drummer's name now. Stewart. I don't think they made. I think Sting had most of the money. Didn't he have the songwriting?
I think
credits
he
or
went
something?
off. Yeah, he went off and did his own records and soloed and all that stuff. And yeah, I got to see him in '83 when they did the concert for MTV. I was actually in the audience of that concert and got to watch everything that went on behind the scenes during the commercials. And watch Sting
Oh.
take off his shirt. We're like, woo!
Oh,
great.
okay.
I was actually at that concert. It was great. I'm glad I got to go there. Yeah,
Lucky girl.
back when I was a youngin'.
Those actually we got to see the best bands though, man. We had Zip in their prime, and and there's
I
an
got
old
to see
picture.
Queen twice in their prime, and
You're serious.
oh man, I'm not serious.
Our neighbour
Yeah.
up in Queensland actually had a signed album from Queen. She won it in a radio competition, and just like this was Bohemian Rhapsody, like back in the day. I'm imagining that.
Oh
thing
yeah,
worth
back in the day.
5 or
Yeah,
10
yeah.
grand now.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it is.
We
I'm sure
when
it
I was
is.
about 13 or 14, our school social club had about $500, which was pretty good money at the time. We're talking mid 70s, and the flavour of the month was a band called Skyhooks. Right, they were called Skyhooks in Australia, and we wanted to get them in because they were the Ducks Guts, and they wanted like $500 for half an hour, or $1,000 for half hour, so 2,000 for the hour. And that we thought, we'll stuff that. And so we got this relatively fresh, newer band who could come and play. They've been on Countdown once on TV, and they got 1 or 2 songs on the radio. They'll play for $500. And we said, okay, cool. And they come and played and actually rocked out pretty well. I always wonder what happened to those pack of losers called AC/DC.
I
We
don't
got them for
know.
$500. We had Andy
Wow.
Young when he was literally just out of school. Like,
Oh,
wow,
that's cool. That is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so they played us
Very
and
cool.
two other schools, and every other school now would I see the things come up on sites where their team beat ours in cricket or football. Yeah, but we've got the toll on AC/DC concerts. What about you? 1 zip. Yeah. So we rubbed that in. Yeah, that was so lucky. But we just had the money. They sort of turned up and they were keen. They were just, making inroads.
Well, that was
And
when
they
they were
kicked off
beginning
brilliant.
too, right? So
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
were
well, they
still
went
making
to
a name for
England.
themselves.
They were never
Okay.
going to get big here in Australia. They used their Scottish passports to their advantage. Australian
Yeah.
music industry here was very restrictive.
Yeah, I can bet. That's a damn good cribbage hand. Too bad I'm not playing cribbage.
Well, you know,
If you know what that is. If you all know what that is.
no.
Is it the one with little sticks you put in a hole?
Yeah, you
board?
peg. It's a pegging game, and you count. It's a counting and pegging game.
I think that's probably
like
not a good
15,
choice of
get you
words.
2
It's a
points.
pegging game, kind of, yeah.
Not that
Nah.
kind of pegging game.
Well, you said it. Okay. All right.
We're not on Slim Stream, so it's not that kind of pegging game.
Well, yeah, lucky we're not monitored. Okay.
Speaking of, one of the other products was that we had. By the way, Boomer,
what was
you forgot about that. Of course, forgot about that. It was a comeback. We also had a comeback as one of the videos.
Oh, isn't
Got him
his
for-
camera?
It was actually like a little tower where they actually sold the word scumbag in.
Comeback. And you guys were riffing on the stock photos they were using to show it off.
Well, actually, we did some product evaluations, and I did the Oprah Winfield and gave everyone in the audience a cum rag. They all got one of the tested ones. Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
So, you get a cum rag, and you get a
You
cum
get a
rag,
cum
and
rag,
we
and
all get one.
everybody gets a cum rag. Yeah.
Yep. Needless to say, the crowd didn't come back after that one. Yeah, I don't know why.
Gee, I wonder
Some
why.
people just got no sense of fucking humour nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but the photos underneath the product are like really cheesy.
That's what you were. Yeah, I remember you guys riffing on those, or going to the stock photos and just
Yeah.
like, who's gonna put like a loving couple and then the cum rag? Right there?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Uh,
Very bizarre.
oh, honey, a comeback? You should have.
Shouldn't have. They should be really be honest. They really need to be honest with those, because, it's like cover the wet spot, something like that. Be very honest. Don't just throw a cheesy couple up there.
But, I could actually I would actually love to make like a parody video like that.
Yes. Brutally
Just-
honest.
Just,
Yes.
no. Actually, exactly with with that fake happy couple.
Oh,
Like
I
buy,
got-
buy those, buy two of those on Amazon or something like that, and actually do it like when that he gives her the comeback for Valentine's, and she's like, oh
But
honey.
they had them special embroidered, so one says hers and one says his too.
Well, when I'm feeling a bit bored, I actually send a bouquet of flowers to my next door neighbour's wife, saying from Steve, and his name's John. And when I'm feeling good, and when I'm feeling really, shall we say, sassy, I send the flowers to him from the same guy. So, yeah, we can,
Like
keep to this.
Steve wink wink.
Ah, yes, yep. In fact, I remember ages ago when I used to live next to Colin. He and I were neighbours. We enjoyed our time together. It was actually quite good. And I remember my next door neighbour, Colin.
Yeah, go ahead.
He like the cocaine. They're bringing it in. I said
Oh, your connection is.
around that day.
Yeah.
And
it cut out.
then
It
what
cut out.
happened was
Boomah.
they attacked the wood. Didn't find anything. Packed up and went off. So I rang up Colin and said, "How are you,
Oh, it's
Colin?"
back.
And he said, "I'm pretty." Oh no.
Yeah, it cut out and it just came back.
Okay.
So we missed some of that.
I'll
but
be
That's
back.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Am I back?
Yeah.
You're back. You're back.
Okay. Guys probably didn't get through that. Yeah. So anyway,
Mm.
with the wood pile, I hope I've got through this. Okay. Am I back now?
Yes,
Okay,
you are.
I am
You're back.
All right. So
You're back.
how far? That must have been the extended joke. Okay. Am I?
Oh, this is even more funnier now.
No.
Now it's actually funny.
I just did it on a couple of aces. I fell out.
Oh, gosh.
He's like, oh, he's dropping out again, and oh.
Got to keep those jokes short so we can hear him before he drops out.
Yeah. Oh, Australian.
No. I'm just waiting to come back.
Australian internet.
Isn't it wonderful?
No, it's got to be. I'm suspecting someone's using an illegal repeater because I just get bulldozed out really quickly. It's kind of funny. It doesn't normally happen. You can get a hint usually. Anyway, I'll give a miss on the joke. Right. By the way, I had a pair of aces for that hand too, which I fell out of.
Oh, that sucks.
It pissed me off.
No,
Unless,
it's
of course, someone's got a full house.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, the
tried.
full house.
I
Trent
tried
got
so
it,
hard.
man.
That hand. Ugh.
Yeah, but you know, in the end,
Oh, well.
it didn't even matter.
No.
I'm sorry for that joke. I apologize.
Oh, wait a minute.
So, I have a question for you guys. And why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side?
Because he was after the nuclear. He was after nuclear codes.
Exactly, Boomer. Is exactly what Boomer said. To get to the Pentagon, to get to the nuclear codes. So
gotcha.
there was actually a this is not a joke. There was actually a security breach at the Pentagon as a chicken was found walking around in a security area,
What the hell?
and they don't know where the chicken comes from. They don't want.
That's weird.
They didn't want to say where he was found.
Oh my god, that is so weird.
But it was a chicken sneaking around a security area at the Pentagon.
That's bizarre.
Imagine if he just randomly picked out the codes and happened to get it right. Could you imagine that, getting the codes right?
Oh no.
Sending off a nuclear launch.
Well,
Look
that's
up,
not where they
Boris.
keep.
It's
That's
like
not where
this,
they.
mate. A chicken got loose in the Pentagon.
I don't think that's where they can set off the
Yo.
codes, but okay.
And yeah, the chicken now named Henny Penny.
Henny Penny, got it.
Was found there, and apparently apparently he was a bit shy. She was a bit shy, but she allowed people to pet her and to pick her up, and she was relatively tame.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
interesting though. Wow. They better check for chicken-sized holes somewhere in the wall.
Well, my best guess is it was probably somewhere outside or something like that. Still.
Or somebody was playing Minecraft and they were throwing eggs and one actually went off screen, turned into a chicken.
No.
Oh, all right.
So the question is, at the Pentagon, what came first? Then it was the chicken.
Then it was a chicken, exactly.
And so, is that our peak of current affairs? It's just chicken breaches at the Pentagon.
Chicken
which I think
breaches.
Yeah, basically, that was
Security.
that is the most clocking security breach they ever had.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? It was a Russian
I
chicken.
don't know what's happening. Oh dear.
So did anybody watch that movie on Netflix, Don't Look Up?
No.
Okay.
I've
right.
heard good
Oh, it doesn't
things.
matter. Spoil it for us.
I've heard
I'm not
good
gonna
things
spoil
about
it
it.
too. It's actually it actually is it's funny because the movie it really has a lot of I won't tell you what happens, but it's just a crisis happens and everybody's just blasé about it, you know, and it's just like this is what our world has come to. There's a crisis and we're so desensitized to stuff. It's like meh, you know.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Indeed. Yeah, I should watch it one day, but too busy enslaving tiny animals.
Yep, making them fight each other.
Yeah.
You know, just can't think of nothing else. Oh goodness.
Yeah, for example, I have this overgrown mouse, and I gave it 2 starter cables, so it can shock people and other animals. And it's kind of funny because it kind of pretends like it has electrical powers, but it's just a mouse with starter cables.
It's not Pikachu, is what you're saying.
No, that's not Pikachu. No. That the yellow is kidney failure.
Wow. Oop.
And do we have a boomer back?
We do.
Hi. Hey, there he is. Excuse me.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, glad to have you back, Boomer.
Did you hear me saying fucking prick or not? Okay, I was swearing. All right. Wow.
No, I saw I said glad to have you back, and then I switched to Jitsi, and I saw you quickly flip to gray but back to green again. I was like, oh no, for a half a second.
Yeah.
Oh well.
These people are getting out of bed and then jumping on the internet. This is getting annoying a little.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I was on the US stream yesterday with Dapper Dino, who was actually an awesome dude. And I had no problems at all yesterday. And during, that Sunday lunchtime when you think most people would be really jamming the airwaves, and today would have been quiet. But I don't know, maybe they're trying to find work. Yeah, it is. I did have an interesting discovery though. I was using PlayStation headphones, which are wired differently, so my aerial was not my aerial because I do it through a phone.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm on the proper headphones now, but it was actually mucking it up last week. So anyway, I'm back. Hopefully for the rest of the time.
Hopefully.
It's always a surprise, right?
Well, no, it's been getting worse lately because it's been good. We've been doing these card games for what? Probably 3 months now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I didn't have the problem. Oh my God, there's aces out there. Who's got the full book? This is a big hand coming up, people.
All right.
All right, I'm coming at you, Glover.
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
If it wasn't for that stupid 8.
It's not a stupid 8.
I tried. I know.
Eight's of cards too. It's very
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Discriminating against the cards. I just had a lower card than you.
Actually, cards is a very discriminatory game. You discriminate them on the basis of their number, don't you? It's actually
that's
probably
true.
Wrong of us, isn't it? Yes. And by their suit as well.
I'm just kind of quickly looking for some weird news, and I see a title here that just I'm not interested in the article, but just the title baffles me. Woman's plan to name her son after her dead dog divides parents' opinion. So someone is planning to name her son after a dead dog. Oh wow.
Would that then be Snoop Dogg?
Ha ha ha.
Okay, I see a
all right, Daybreaker. Nice.
Well, actually, I don't see the naming of a dog being a problem because it's not like the dog was getting mail or Christmas cards or anything like that. So there's not really any inherent confusion. And it's probably a dedication to the dog. I mean, you could always say your namesake used to behave better, used to eat properly, things like that. So, I mean, you could use this against your kid. You'd get leverage, couldn't you? Because you've got to try all sorts of tricks. Parenting is a skill.
Oh, can you also imagine that it's it's not just like a name that could have been a dog's name, but it's also
right,
this is a dog's name, you know, like.
Ooh.
It'd be funny if it's like, well, we don't have to hit him on the nose like we did the other one, or something like that. You know what I mean? To make him behave.
Yeah. So the parents, you get a call from the school. You're going to have to come in. We need to talk about your son, Rin Tin Tin. He's got problems fighting with the other kids again. Oh, that's
Name their kid Spot.
Lassie. Yeah.
Excuse me.
If you want your kids to hate you, you know.
Yes. I feel for those kids that are named names that they're just like, I don't like this name, Mom and Dad. you know.
Even
Shawanya.
if you want your kids to hate you, I mean, that's not the standard. You want your kids to hate you, so they move out of home. That's the objective,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, they move out of home ASAP. Thank you,
They're
children.
like, I'm 16. I'm out of here.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the guy. Yeah. What was that one? Do you remember Married with Children? Al Bundy
Yes.
with Kelly one night, and he said, she said, Daddy, I don't know why I'm here. And he said, well, Pumpkin, there are two things that are certain. One thing is when you're 18, you'll be out of here, but you won't be out of school.
Right.
I used to love it. I mean, watching reruns.
I love that show.
Little snippets come up on YouTube, and God, it was
Yeah.
very well written. Super misogynistic, but super
I think my
funny
most
as well.
favorite one of those is where Kelly was on a quiz show, and she got onto a quiz show, and Al was like quizzing her, and it's like he said something to her, and he's like, we just had this question, you don't know the answer. She's like, well, when I learn something new, something else goes out of my head because it's like there's only so much room in there, I guess, or something. So the quiz show at the very end, the question that she absolutely knew, it's like she forgot it because some other information went into her head. they didn't win. He thought they were a shoe-in.
Beautiful. Do you know there was a flat earther? We have a
I can
show
only
here
get
called.
so many stuff in my head.
Yeah, we have Who Wants to. We have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here, and
Yes.
there was a flat earther on, and the first question, the one that's really easy, was the word misspelt. Which one of these is misspelt? And misspelt was misspelt. She got it wrong. She fell out on the $100 question, and she said,
Oh,
"Flat
no.
earthers." Oh, beautiful. Yep.
Isn't that
Wonderful.
normal?
Well, it's what you expect from a flat earther, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been listening to FTFE's debate with this guy named Brad from the other night, from this past week. And he basically is just the snake oil con man people, flat earther's dream, because he believed every single thing that he saw on YouTube. Every single thing. And he was spouting it back to FTFE. And it's just like, oh my God, just amazes me.
Interesting thing about the conspiracies, though, they say it's more a thing with the internet, and it has got more traction because of the way that much information spreads. But I remember my brother's girlfriend, she was about, in her 30s, was telling me about the moon landing being a hoax. And I just, there was no real coverage from the internet back then, and she was dead set certain, she got shown one of those documentaries where they showed you, listen to the lunar module here. You can't hear the retro rockets firing. And basically in space, we all know that. So they're testing you to see, nice hand. Okay, they're testing you to see if you know basic science. And therefore it's a method of vetting out the dumbasses. But she believed it. You can't hear the rockets, you can't hear them. No, it's in space. If you could hear them, it'd be a scam. Yeah, you know what I mean? But she was so hell-bent on, no, it was all hoax. The flag not moving and all that shit. Everything that was basic science of the moon, they tore as this makes it a hoax. It was filmed in the studio. And I said, Dave, Stanley Kubrick had have done it, he would have done it on location anyway. So
on location.
That's
right.
Would have cost more, yes. But
oh God, I'm just amazed by how it looked like a level Earth observer. Look at the shape of this. Oh my God. It's like he's looking at appearances and putting his movie blockbuster mindset into, you know what I mean? Into it. It's like, it's not going to look like it does in the movies, you dummy,
Yep. I love the guy where Buzz Aldrin, the guy ran up and, I put to you that you didn't land on the moon, and the way he smacked him. Now, if you spent 5 days going out to the moon and coming back, well, your balls are on the line and you're pretty much anxious for the whole 5 days, and someone ran up and did that to me, I reckon I'd clock them too. How...
Well, and if you remember, he was...
Yeah, go on.
He was getting in Buzz's way as they're walking, telling him, you need to swear on the Bible, and he kept getting in his way.
Yeah.
And then when
And
he
no
got
matter where
clocked,
Buzz walked, he was in his way, right? And then when
yep.
when he said to Buzz, "You're a thief," that's when I was like, "Oh, fuck this guy!" Bap, and he
And
laid
then
him out.
do you notice what he said? He turned to the camera and said, "Did you get that?" Which explains his
Yep.
motive straight away. Did you get that to the camera?
And then
Beautiful.
people are all like, "Well, it's because you wouldn't throw in the Bible." No, it wasn't. It was because of the harassment he was getting at the time. He had every, he was provoked. He had every reason
But
to punch that guy.
how can you harass someone with the Bible? When you throw in the Bible, it's never. When you throw in the Bible, Glober Mom, it's never harassment, because God
that's true.
is unharassable.
No, I get what you're saying. It's so funny. It's just funny because the way the narratives get flipped, It's like these frauditors, First Amendment auditors. They're arresting me because of my free speech. No, you dumbass. They're arresting you because you're not complying with getting off the frickin' property. Has nothing to do with your free speech.
Yeah, how's the whole angle though? You used to be able to get away with that to a certain degree where the police needed to have reasonable cause. But I've noticed now when the police do their cop shows, they always say, "Hey, his taillight's out." They always make sure they've got some sort of reasonable cause. And it's the attitude they get, like, I don't know. See, here in Australia, we don't have guns, but it must be a super anxious job being a cop in the US. Like, any car you pull over, the guy may have a gun. Like
that's why when they go up to the car, they step back a little bit and step close to the car. Because if the driver has a gun, they have to maneuver their arm to, so that way they can assess and then they can see what's going on. So, it's crazy.
Interestingly enough, see, we are on the right side of the car, and so you've got to be left-handed, and the copper does stand at the door pillar. Whereas you guys, a right-hander, could easily, hang on, I'm just thinking, because you're sitting on if you're sitting on the left side of the car, which you are, you can easily pull the gun out and poke it around at them. So,
not to the degree that they would be standing against the car. You'd have to really cock your hand and cock that gun. There'd be no way to get like right to the side of your car easily.
But you could also just reduce the amount of stops by the police yourself by just being, oh hey, speeding cameras against speeding, that sort of thing. Yeah. Maybe write down the number plates. Write down the number plate if the offense is not an immediate danger to the rest of the traffic. That sort of thing. I mean, it's also
most police over here, if they see, I've seen them where I've been driving down the highway, and there's somebody doing something stupid. Sometimes be a cop behind them. Just who cares? And I'm not even doing anything. So I've seen, people run lights and stuff, and it's just like, not run lights, but like stop signs, and the cops just don't do anything. It's like you know what I mean? It's like, it's insane. It really is.
Yeah, we have those. We have those traffic police shows too in the Netherlands, but they really only go after people when they're like speeding and stuff like that. I mean, not just speeding, but just usually is it when it's like when they're actually going like crazy speeds and stuff like that.
Right, that I've seen. Them go after, but just general stuff you think they should go after, they're not even going after anymore.
Well, we had one here where the cop had stopped, a car had stopped at pedestrian lights, right? A car and the cop, and the lane on the right side, which is the outer lane, was empty. And the guy just drove straight past the cops through the red light. They said, okay, let's get him. And he had a boot full of contraband, like guns and drugs, all this shit. God. Like, this guy was such a dipshit. I reckon he wanted to go back to jail. There's just no way you would do that. Oh, full house. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
There is just no way you would do that. He either didn't see the cop, he was so off his face he didn't see the cop, or he just wanted to go back in jail. I think a lot of them become so socially inept that they...
Well, or sometimes there you dropped out again, I guess. But sometimes there are also people who have like You've been in jail for such a long time that they
They
don't
can't
even
function
know.
in the real
Yeah.
world anymore. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so it's easier just to go back to jail where they know they got, food and
Yeah.
bed and the whole 9 yards.
no, for
Yeah.
for speeding, to go back on speeding. Here we even have like it's called kind of called track control. So basically, they just measure how long you did to go from point A to point B, and if you took
Yeah.
less long than this many minutes, you're driving too fast, so you get a fine.
Right. They have those here.
Yeah.
There's some stretches of road that are patrolled by aircraft, and there'll literally be lines on the road, so they can do the same thing. They can see where you start this line and this line, and they'll
Oh, but
calculate and go, okay,
these
you're
are
going over the speed
permanent. These
limit.
are permanent systems. They don't even
Okay.
they don't just from that part of the highway to that part of the highway. It's just permanently that track control, and it's just like yeah,
Right.
if you speed there, you get a fine guaranteed.
Yeah.
I know what you mean with the trip calculation. However, what happens? A lot of the clever truckies have a stopwatch above the up on the sunshade, and when they're slowed down to a particular bit of traffic, they start timing it, and they know they can do if you pull back to 80k, and it's a 100-kilometre speed limit. You then know you can do 120 kilometres for whatever time you've timed it. So if you're held up for say 3 minutes,
Yeah.
you then become more dangerous
Oh,
because
here.
you're travelling at 120 over.
Yeah.
Right.
But here, the police, where they might when you go a little bit over the speed limit in a car, they might let you slip. They have zero sympathy for trucks when they go over the speed limit. The speed limit
Yeah.
is lower than the car speed limit here even. The speed limit for trucks is 80 here on the highway, and because of the extra stopping time. And
Right.
stuff like that, and they're just like if you go faster as a truck, and the police sees it, they will stop you because they're like that's
And
just
we have missed-
dangerous.
We've missed some news, guys. The Freedom Convoy in Canada. What's happening up there? They've lost it. They've turned into Americans, haven't they?
I think it's over the vaccine or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I see, what I understand, there is going to be a vaccine mandate for truckies.
Yep.
And I can kind of understand that a lot of people not being happy with that. I'm not the biggest fan of a full vaccine mandate, to be honest. But to go harass people and that sort of thing, I don't know.
Well, I agree with you what you're saying there, but at the end of the day, you got to hold to the speed limit. You got to put your headlights on at night. And this COVID shit, it's not like it's just the flu. It kills us. So we kind of, I disagree with mandates too. But,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Oh no!
Viruses
Listen.
kinda don't
Morally,
go for
I
free
think that you should get vaccinated if you have, unless you have any medical reason not to get vaccinated. Morally, I think you should, but I'm also against vaccination mandates.
Yeah, right.
Except for nurses or other people that work with people
in the medical
with
profession.
with especially specific people in the medical professional. Yeah.
Right.
And
you're dealing with people.
Exactly. And if not, I think you should. I think they shouldn't necessarily fire you, but they should certainly put you in a department where you don't always work with people that have health risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get you. You're right. But it's like Daniel Pratt's wife, where she refused to get vaccinated. So now they have no income except his disability, and he's facing homelessness. It's like I feel for there is the children, because their parents made decisions. They should be taking care of their kids, and they're not. You know what I mean? In that
But
regard.
wasn't it a lesser profession that dictated it? But wasn't it in America more of a testing mandate with an exemption for people who were vaccinated?
There was actually at the time, it's a judge has actually put a
Yeah, it's stopped to it already,
overturned
right?
it. But if there were workers with so many places with so many workers, you had to get vaccinated. I think it was 100 or something or more.
I've
You had to
from
get vaccinated.
from what I understood, you had to get tested every day, unless you get vaccinated. But I might have misunderstood.
I don't know the particulars on that. I just know that she didn't want to get vaccinated, and she was a nurse, I guess.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
well nurses were there. Yeah.
and she had to or lose her job. That was your only options. There was none of the, you know.
Yeah.
Nice one, Trent. Oh,
Yeah.
flush. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
To me,
painful.
it's like I don't care what your worldview is, what your view about things is. Your job is to make sure your family's taken care of, and the fact that you're refusing that or lose your job, you're not taking care of your family at that point.
Well, in their eyes, of course, they
family.
do. In their eyes, of course, they do, because they believe that they're getting the vaccine is dangerous, and
Right.
some people even believe that getting the vaccine is dangerous for people around you because they believe in shedding and that sort of thing. So in their minds, of course,
Right.
they are taking care of their families. That's often the tragic part.
Now, what I find funny is I actually found out Daniel Pratt has a Facebook. He hasn't put on for quite a while, but he was against the crap when Ebola came over here to the U.S. They had that one patient or something that they found with Ebola. He was against having issues with that too, the way that was being handled. So he's just, and that was how many years ago? 10, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, 2008, I think was Ebola.
The Ebola scare, something like
Yeah.
that.
I'm surprised.
He's always been like this.
I'm surprised that I'm hearing Daniel Pratt and his wife in the same sentence.
I know.
Like I'm honestly
I
still.
still think she keeps him locked up in that garage, though. I really do.
I'm
That's why he's
honestly
always
still
in there.
processing that shock. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they have 2 boys.
What? Oh god. Oh god.
And I guess he homeschools them. He homeschools them, I guess.
Oh, poor
if
children.
she was working,
Oh,
he was homeschooling them. But it's just like
that's sad.
my thing is he actually does really good woodworking. He could have a really good, make really good income if he actually went in as a woodworker. Somewhere that made furniture or whatever. But he stays in the garage making videos all day, bitching about crap he doesn't like.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
it's not always easy to
just
put
that-
your energy. It's not always easy to put your energy
No.
towards something productive.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I tell you what, though, woodworking and that sort of furniture type job, if you're restoring stuff, you can actually make damn good money grabbing
Yeah.
crap, whacking a
Yeah.
coat of clear on it and taking it to the markets. Like, that is a lucrative job, just
That
rubbish
is.
from the tip. And if you've got the skills, oh my God, you can recycle. It's not like you're getting dodgy engines where you got to actually spend money. Wood is one of the
No.
most forgiving materials.
It is.
A friend of mine used to make those mechanical marvels, and all you do is put loads of coats of clear. Where you make like a table out of an engine block or a shredded Formula One tire. Or
right,
whatever.
right.
It's a very lucrative market. Like, yeah, Daniel Pratt, fuck, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah,
If you got a
I
job you
don't
like,
know.
you never work a day in your life, do you?
exactly.
And he probably
And I
could
don't know if his
he
other
probably
family
could
even-
do it and then still make about half the videos he's making now.
Yeah, he could. There's ways he could do it. Because there's one video where he's actually showing a round table that he was refinishing, and he was the whole time he's talking about his views on flat Earth and stuff, and just whatever. So he could do stuff like that as he's showing off the table.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he couldn't.
Yeah.
With a market like, wow, yeah. In fact, that is probably the best thing nowadays.
Just,
when you look at YouTube.
just
It's
imagine how many viewers he would have if he was just talking about what he believed in while woodworking.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, but he's gone off the deep end. That's the problem. He's way off the deep end now. So I only tend to watch stuff that other people cover now with him. I don't even cover him anymore because he's just so out of it, Excuse me. So, yeah.
with YouTube, if you actually watch some of the people who explain like the profiting side of YouTube, they generally tend to say, if you really want to make a living, maybe do something a bit less like not YouTube. Maybe go and do a reel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly.
Oh.
I mean, I make right now. Well, before my channel got hit with those 2 copyright strikes, I was starting to actually get ad revenue, and then I got the copyright strikes, and that kind of that dropped because I couldn't really get. Even though I had my backup channel, I couldn't really get from the get-go and benefit from it. So now it's like I'm starting all over again this month. Now that it's up and everything. But
how did you go with your copyright strikes? Did you get them? Did you go through your suspension, or did you actually fight them and get them knocked on the head?
I tried to fight it. I was rejected at every turn, and so I just had to let them expire, which it just expired. Because you basically have like a probation for 3 months. When you get a copyright strike, and so I had 2 of them, so that's why I made the backup channel to premiere on first.
Well, here's an interesting one. Aussie Man Reviews, who you think is actually big enough, would be able above it. He's actually said, buy my merch because I keep getting demonetized. This is Aussie Man Reviews. The guy's got fucking 5 million subs, yet he's getting demonetized. Now, hang on, I smell a rat. If they demonetize you, who gets the ad revenue? Hello.
YouTube gets ad revenue all the time, no matter what. Yeah.
Correct. So it's in there.
And I was lucky that they
demonetize you.
When they demonetized me, I was lucky it was only for a couple of weeks, but that really hurt, as far as ad revenue and stuff.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the case of them demonetizing you, they get the money. Therefore, the incentive is set up. That's stacked their way. This has got to be like, I don't know, there's some sort of consumer law that in Australia, they'd be breaking some law here, but then Steam were breaking our refund laws for so long, and Steam still haven't complemented the refund laws the way they should be. Right. So I don't know. I'm picking up. I smell a rat here. The thing with it is, they're using it to their advantage. Like the incentive is to do it to you. So I don't know. There's got to be a fair an umpire. It's like you're playing against a team, and the umpire is from the other team. He's got their colours on. Like, how can you possibly win the game when the umpire's going to adjudicate against you? Yeah, because we've got to do something.
You can't make money off of ads. They're still running ads on your videos, even though they consider it your channel not ad friendly anymore. They did it with Irish Demon. So I was facing the thing of, if they don't give me my channel back, monetize my channel again, I was thinking about just putting all my videos like on unlisted or something, so they couldn't use them for their own benefit. But thankfully they saw the error of their ways and was like, okay, you got your channel, your monetization back. So, because my channel was no different. That's the thing. I don't know what prompted them to do that.
You know what we found though is we've been running Twitch as well. Twitch has got about half a second delay. It actually is more user friendly, better on the eye. But Twitch don't want the market. They seem content with their gaming market. And if someone came in and read the right act to YouTube, they would make YouTube really step up and lift their game. But I don't know, maybe we need a team of lawyers, some lawyer who wants to carve YouTube in their desk to take them to the cleaners and force them to give everyone a fair go. Who were those aggressive dudes that got like, go on.
The thing is, they're companies, so it's really hard to do. Now, if the U.S. saw them as a publishing company, then they could regulate them. and they would have to comply to make it fair for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So in a sense,
had to
they're
take care
like
of
a
that bot that was in the
retail
phone.
outlet, are they? Are they like a retail outlet then in that sense? You provide
Well,
the
they're
product that they then on sell.
kind of, yeah. They provide the platform, and then that you put your content on. So it's only fair that they get a lot, that they make most of the money off of it. But for them to act like they do and kind of say, okay, your video, we're going to take down, but the source video that you took it from, oh, it's still up, no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the problem is they don't go across the board for everything. It's just they pick and choose.
An interesting thing going on here is actually that there has been a lawsuit about European privacy laws. And the result might actually be that companies like Facebook might not be allowed to share their data with the European data with American servers anymore.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Facebook has already threatened to
Nice.
to discontinue Facebook for Europe if the result of the lawsuit is going to be that that's not allowed anymore.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think Facebook is a publicly
Meta, yeah.
shared company, so they don't fall under private platform anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even though they still act like they do.
No, but
when you become a company,
Meta,
there's differences.
yeah, Meta actually threatened to leave to pull Facebook and Instagram from the European Union. It's gonna be interesting.
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
see you later. They won't do it. That's a big bluff. There's
That
no
is a
way they'll-
really big
No, they're not
bluff.
going to.
No,
Because they
it's
put ads on. I believe they put ads on Facebook, don't they?
yeah.
Aren't there
But
ads?
it's gonna be, of course, more difficult to put on the right ads if they can't share the European privacy data with the American service anymore. It all has
Gotcha.
to stay in Europe.
Yeah. Every country's different, and
Okay.
Well, yeah,
An
but
interesting one
it's
used to happen with
entire
most-
European Union.
yeah.
With motorcycle racing many years ago, back in the 80s, there was a claiming rule, meaning that the motocross bikes could be claimed and kept under a certain value. You put up a check, and what happened? Someone actually claimed a bike, and everyone, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, said, we're moving out of the US, we're not going to race our bikes. And it didn't happen.
Right.
The bluff didn't work because
No.
how could the others not do it? Yeah, it just did not work. The commercial companies can't threaten to leave the Grand Prix circuit. It just doesn't happen that way. They don't own it. And they just
Right.
said, see you later. And they all didn't do it. So the same thing will happen here. Common
Yeah,
sense will
that's
prevail,
true.
but big companies think they own shit.
Yeah,
They do.
It's,
You're right.
so I'm actually thinking I'm actually do it.
I very rarely get on Facebook anymore, but when I do, it's to keep up with family members and things like that. It's just not to sit there and use to chat to people like I used to do.
I only
Are you
on
stalking your
Facebook for the
kids? Is that what
memes.
you're saying?
And the memes, yeah, that too.
Mom.
That too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, plus I give all grief as well because that's he's good fun to give grief to.
Yeah, my husband gets on and tags me. He's like, I tagged you at something. I'm like, okay, I'll go look. And I think one day I hurt his feelings because I'm like, honey, I'm very rarely on Facebook, but you keep tagging me and stuff. Ugh. So, but I'll go look and check it out and give my like and whatever. And then, okay, I looked, honey, thank you. But I just don't get on it anymore. So.
Who was that girl discovered someone on Tinder who was her husband? And what do you do?
Oh.
It's your husband. Oh dear, he's on Tinder. I want to hassle him, but how did I find him? Because I was on Tinder looking for someone. Like, oh, nice one.
This is a perfect
Dilemma.
guy. Looks at the picture. It's my husband. Wait a minute. What was that website?
Yeah. I want to hassle him. but-
Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley something that
Oh.
cheating website. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone other than my wife. Other than my wife. Yeah, Ashley.
And
Oh,
they
I know the one
actually
you're talking about.
advertised. Which is what I thought was funny.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's like that's something you want to keep on the down low. You're cheating.
Social media.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, the day that my mom discovered Facebook was the day that my life ended.
Yep.
That's what she said too.
Yeah. I thought that was the day he was born.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I didn't have
What?
that
No
one.
one else had the book. Oh.
She was there. She was there herself. So you know.
Yep.
Actually, Ardawen, no,
gosh.
it's like this. She wasn't. You're adopted. I'm sorry. We've been meaning to tell you for some time now. We just haven't got
No.
around to it.
No. I'm afraid that's. Let's just say we are very unlikely.
Oh, Demon Orb's in the chat. Hey, Demon Orb, the brown
Yeah.
paper bag with non-sequential notes hasn't turned up yet. You're the one how you keep winning the competition. Well, yeah, you're supposed to send that brown paper bag. That's okay. You know what I mean. Demon Orb is an absolute hustler in our Guess the Testimonial game. We're going to give that a name, Ardawen. We should start a competition to name the testimonial.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
I think I'm on a terrible delay, like.
No, it's not too bad.
It's not that bad.
Oh, maybe
Okay.
it is.
Demon gave a grin and a cucumber emoji.
Right. Well, does that mean you're sending me a cucumber? Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, I'll take that. It's better than most of the bribes I get. Trust me.
Right, or is that a pickle? It may be a pickle, but still. It used to be a cucumber, right? If it's a pickle.
What's happened to Flint? Is he helicoptered off? Or did he have a crash or something?
I
Did he
think so. Yeah.
Chasing,
I
he
think.
did a Terminator 2 where the cop was doing the helicopter
Hey,
and hit the
Harold.
tunnel. Oh, and Harold's here. Harold. Harold. Whoa.
I got one title proposal. It's the name of the show is No, It's Not a Dildo.
Right.
Oh, God.
Pick the prop. Pick the peenie. I don't know. Okay. No, it's not a dildo. Something tells me that won't really cut it on the commercial networks when we try to sell this to the syndicated TV networks.
Right,
We need
right.
something a little more church friendly. Yeah.
Mm.
Reverse bingo. Something like that.
Oh,
Gringo.
Okay, more church friendly. No, it's not the pastor.
whose personal device is this?
Oh, what about pass the parcel? Something like that. Yeah, pass the parcel, a
Ooh.
variation on pass the parcel. In fact, the yodeling pickle was actually a funny one. Do you remember the way the yodeling pickle yodeled? I thought, when I listened to it, that was just funny as fuck.
Oh, it's a yodeling pickle. Got it, Demon Orb. Okay.
Yeah.
There is actually a pickle that yodels. You can buy one off Amazon and you push the button and it yodels away. So when you've got a complaining customer, someone whinging like a Karen, you pull out the yodeling pickle and they just can't help it go away. So,
I've seen it on TikToks. They have it. It's like a cactus, a dancing cactus in a pot, and it's a noise activated. And it'll play your noise back to you.
Oh no.
And so and it lights up, and on one of them it's like the baby's crying, starts to cry, and she goes wah, and the thing goes wah and moves, and the baby stops crying when it sees it.
Well, and then
Put
goes
one of
on to
those,
become a
and when
serial
Mr.
killer.
Karen comes in, I would say when Karen comes in, put that pot there and just pop, and turn it on. And when they start complaining, have it make the noise back to them. To really put them off. That would be hella funny. And you can get more than one, line them up. That would be hella funny.
Oh, set up a room
That
full
would be
of
great.
that.
Set up a room full of those.
Can I speak to the manager? Sure, madam. Can I speak to the manager? Sure, madam. Right past this door. Click.
Wait in
You've
here,
probably
ma'am.
heard this one, but I love saying this, but when I used to work at the pub, they'd have a complaint. I'd say, I'll go get the manager. I'd step into the coal room, step out and say, so what's my identical twin brother up to this time? And they just look at me with this, oh no, because I was the manager. Fuck you. That's terrible when you got a manager who's just going to take the piss out of you. Yeah, it's the old Karens. They're a thing, aren't they?
But that would be funny.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. I do believe we have
Jord.
a Jord.
Do I hear a Jord in the house?
Yes.
We do. Wow, you've
One
you've
I know
turned
I
up
got
late.
here-
You're only.
Yeah, 80 minutes late.
I still got a good
We were
half hour
hoping the
plus,
dragon
so-
was going to kill you, but obviously the dragon took a bit longer to kill than normal
Mhm.
dragons.
Actually, wasn't a dragon this time. It was zombies, but
Oh, well, that's cool.
How many?
Zombie apocalypse.
How many times did you have to kill the zombies?
twice.
Oh. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, my party also had zombies, and we had to kill them like 3 or 4 times because they kept making their save.
These. Yeah.
Oh.
Luckily, we didn't have to deal with that too much.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for the uninitiated in D&D, if you kill a zombie, it needs to roll a specific. It needs to roll dice, and if it rolls high enough, it stands back up again.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to
You're at the mercy of the roll, basically. Yeah.
yeah.
That's D&D in a nutshell. Here at the mercy
Yep.
of the dice.
The mercy of the dice. Yep.
Is my mic busy? It looks like it is.
No, it's pretty good.
You
Okay.
sound good. A little tiny bit loud, but you sound good.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least to me, you sound a little bit loud. Yeah, but it's fine.
That's-
It's not like overwhelmingly loud.
Nah, and I turned them down a little bit for the stream,
Okay,
so
cool,
that
cool,
it's
cool.
more equal to us.
Yeah, I don't know why my mic's been so loud recently, but it has been.
Yeah. My husband used to back in the early '80s or late '70s, early '80s. He and his friends used to actually go play D&D out around the city they lived in, the town they lived in.
Oh yeah, LARPing.
LARPing, yeah. They did it out like that.
Can I get a link to the game, Boomah?
Oh, I don't know. Can I? Let me think. Hang on, I've got things closed because I'm having bandwidth
No worries,
problems.
no worries. No
Ardawen,
worries.
can you give me?
Ardawen's got it.
Can you do that, please?
I'll try to find you.
Cool. Thank you. Oh, do you not
Cards
have
aren't
him in
playing
your friends
nice.
list?
Well, but I have to.
Hang on, yeah, I'll do it. Okay.
I have him.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I have him.
You got him. Okay.
Me, no, me.
I have him. I just had to look him up real quick. But no worries.
Oh, it's the same thing as last time. I could have easily done that.
Ashley Madison was that dating site we didn't frequent.
Ashley Madison. That's what it was.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew. I
That's
found that
it.
brain cell. I knew I still had it.
I knew it was Ashley something, but I couldn't remember the last part of it. Yeah.
I love the ads on TV, the ones with the piano. I'm looking for someone other than my wife, other than my wife, etc. Oh God,
That's
was
what
so
floors
blatant.
me is they would advertise on TV like that.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yes. I mean, that's something in the modern era. Stalking's much easier nowadays. You just do it at home with a computer. Back in the day,
First Amendment
you had
auditors
to
already have
go
the
out.
stalking tied up.
Oh, stalking was hard yakka back then. You had to take your own deck chair and tissues and binoculars, and there was
That's
stealth.
true.
You had to survive your stealth
Yeah.
rolls. There was police and all
You had to
sorts
make sure
of
you were in the
stuff.
shadows, and yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yes,
anymore.
well, you seem to know a little bit more about it than I do. Okay, I know a fellow stalker.
You had
Those
to
were
sit
the
up in a
days, weren't they,
tree,
Glover Mums?
like
The
in Little
kids,
Nicky.
they're just soft.
Remember Little Nicky?
They're just soft now.
They are.
No.
Yeah, you used to have
Of
to
course
work
not.
for your
Not
stalking
in a
back
legal
then.
environment. Oh, didn't you? Yes. The kids have just
Well,
got it so easy
okay,
nowadays.
Boomah.
Yeah, that's right. And you know,
I
it
always
was
think
about
of Little
2 years
Nicky
ago, probably.
when I hear
It was
that.
probably about 2 years ago. You said that made me change my name, Ardawen, too. Oh, isn't that cool? I'm hitting 200 streams and I'm remembering where I got my name from. Isn't that sad?
Well, man. I remember a time. It's for some reason it stopped. Maybe Google, the Google Assistant got a little bit better at it. But it used to be when I said "Okay, Boomer" that Google, my Google Assistant responded.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What did it say?
No, it thought
was
I
it
said
response?
I thought I said "Okay, Google."
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
I
Ask
don't use
Siri
those.
if Alexi is evil. You ask Siri who Alexi is, and you'll get Alexi is the evil cousin of mine who does nowhere near as good a job.
Oh,
etc.,
they
etc.
they changed they changed it, but it used to be when you asked Siri where to hide the body, it showed you the route to the closest dumpster place.
Oh, jeez.
Garbage
Really?
disposal. Yeah. It was a little funny thing.
Save me many a.
Oh no!
Save me
No,
many
no,
a
no.
Siri
My
back in
son
those
and
days.
daughter-in-law have an Alexa, and I'm thinking about messing with it when I go visit him in a couple weeks and film recording it, asking it questions, bizarre questions.
Well, not too long ago, it was in the news that there was a little bit of a scare because some kid asked Alexa for fun activities, and the suggestion that it gave was putting your fingers putting something
Oh,
in the power plug, halfway through, and then touching the iron bit, and where it came from.
Lord.
And where it came from, it was quoting from an article that actually talked about those dangerous activities. It was actually
Wow.
taking a quote from an article talking about those dangers.
Whoa, 4
All right,
twos.
George.
Nice one, George. I
Nice,
thought he could
George.
only win this with 4 twos. And he did
Yeah.
it.
Woohoo!
I don't think I've ever had four of a kind before, so woo.
Well,
Very good. Yeah.
but yeah, that was kind of. But yeah, it is kind of how funny how algorithms and that sort of thing work.
And it's just all with keywords.
Yeah, it's all with
Yeah,
keywords. It's
whatever
just
pulls up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
How would it have said fun though? If it stick something into a power cord, like, hold on, that's fun. Electricity? Are we talking fun with electricity, or did it just get its wires crossed? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it was from what I kind of understand, it was sort of the article was sort of saying that there are kids that are saying to other kids that these are fun things to do, and these are things that some kids maybe say to other kids to do or something like that, something in that vein. It was actually warning about the dangers of those things.
Oh, I thought
But-
for sure.
Word one
we-
again. Nice.
But because of all the keywords in the article, it thought it
Yeah,
was
it
it was giving the correct answer.
That's crazy.
Ever since Google switched from trying to provide information to trying to provide answers, it's just you Google something and you want to know information, and it's like, oh, this article kind of talks about it, so I'm going to give you this as if it's
Yeah.
the answer to your
Mhm.
question.
Has anyone
That's why
seen
you
that
have to
new
read.
feature on YouTube? Yeah, that new feature on YouTube now where you're scrolling down and as soon as you hover on anything, it starts playing the video. I want to virtually
Yep.
throw
Yeah.
my mouse at the TV.
You can turn
can you
that off.
deactivate that? 'Cause
Yeah, it's in
you
settings.
can,
You can
cool.
turn it
All right,
off.
I'll go.
Mhm.
Ah, God, it pisses me off.
I
used to
forget what they
prefer the
call
way
it,
to
but you
flick through
can.
and just give you. It used to give.
Yeah.
It used to give you a snippet of about a few minutes in, and that was much more
Yeah.
fun. You'd sort of get a rough idea that was.
You can kind
what
of get a
was
rough
happening.
idea exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can turn that off if you want. It's not automatic.
Yeah, and with that setting,
Right.
it adds it to your watched videos. So like,
Yeah,
even though you didn't watch it,
It's crazy.
and then it recommends other videos
Ah.
based on that too.
The thing I hate with YouTube is I will turn off the auto playback or the autoplay, and every now and then
Yep.
it gets YouTube turns it back on, and I have to keep
Yep.
going turning it off.
I find that with
So-
music clips a lot. If you go back to an old music clip again, it'll reintroduce that one. It does that.
Hmm.
So if you're watching one that's a favourite, like an AC/DC one, it'll play all for some reason. That's what I find when I'm revisiting.
Oh, my turn. Duh.
Yeah, and of course the wonderful removal of the dislikes, not the dislike button, but the dislikes.
Ratio part, yeah. It
Yeah,
won't show you the ratio anymore.
so you can
'Cause, oh my
you
God,
can see
people
the
are getting such
dislikes.
negatives from that. It's like, shut up, YouTube.
It's probably because they're still
Oh, it bugs
salty.
me. I
It's probably because they're still salty for the YouTube rewind ratio.
But
if
they're
I
like,
can't
well, we don't
dislike
wanna
your
have-
videos, Ardawen, I'm just not going to go to your channel if I can't dislike your videos. So it's a bit of a lose-lose situation, isn't it?
No, but you can still
I mean,
dislike the
hate mail.
video. You can still dislike the video.
Okay, can I?
Yeah, you can still
You can still
dislike.
dislike it, it just doesn't show it.
It doesn't show it. It only shows it for the side
The
of the
creator.
video maker.
No, still, you want the fun. I want to see all the others haters
like,
as well. You want the hate on mass.
Yeah, but mute your mic,
Here in
please.
just a minute.
But also,
It's
like,
okay. We sort of heard that.
yeah, but it's
Mute
also,
Lexia is a thing. Sorry.
but it's also when you're looking for like a tutorial of something.
Mm-hmm.
You can see from the dislikes if it's a tutorial people liked or not.
Yeah,
But
that's
because
the only thing.
because
is,
if it's like a tutorial with 3 times as much dislikes as likes, I'm probably not gonna watch the tutorial.
right. But it's just that they have to like throw out positive vibes to everybody because God forbid someone has negativity and they do something.
Oh, it's
because
probably
they
more
see their
because
dislike ratio is too high.
it's
God.
probably because a lot of really big channels, like probably like not so much big channels, but more like channels with a lot of money behind it, so like from news channels and that sort of thing, got a lot of dislikes, and they probably start complaining.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, weh. It's like it's part of the territory. To me, it's interaction anyway.
Yeah,
I'm just
Yeah.
like, fine, downvote. I don't care. It's interaction.
yeah.
So, I always called him Aussie thumbs up anyway. So there you go. Try to make lemonade out of lemons, right?
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm
I
just
like
to the
hate
point
mail.
where people were like, "I disliked your video." I'm like, "Oh, thanks for the interaction. You're, that kind of thing."
Also
never let it
commenting
bother
on your
me.
video that they disliked it. Oh wow, wow.
Yes. I've had a
Bravo.
few. And I'm just like, well, thank you for your comment and for feeding the algorithm or something like that,
Yeah. Ah.
They don't
Thank
realize
you,
what
good
they're doing
again.
when they do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've had some that have unsubbed because of my Karen videos because they don't like the commentary. I'm like, you can go over here where there's no commentary. You don't have to watch my Karen videos, you know. But they try and do it like, oh, we're gonna get her all to say it unsubbed and hurt her feelings. I don't care. I don't force you people on there. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, there are actually some
I think there
like
are people who
I don't think I'd
es-
win that.
there are actually some YouTubers, especially some very very big YouTubers, that actually have people that hate watch them, and they watch everything of
yeah.
them,
Right.
and then they clip things from them and try to preferably as dishonest as possible, and put them on Twitter and like that, so people see like, oh, this person is saying something. Let's see what he sees. Let's go to his YouTube. You know.
Yep. Exactly.
It's so dumb.
There's a TikTok girl that's saying that the Roman Empire was faked, made up by the
Yes,
Christian
I heard-
Church and the Greek Empire.
Yes.
Oh, she's a nutter, absolute nutter. And look at these lettering. It's really old. Yeah, it's 2,000 years old. That's right.
So
It's weathered a bit.
old
This
means
one's not weathered
what
at all.
exactly?
Or the other one is, this one's not weathered at all. It's brand new. Yeah, it's a replica. You're actually just manufacturing a little bit of confirmation bias here.
I had one
finally
where a
got
guy
one
was
back.
walking in San Diego, and he was walking by a church, and it was a what do they call it? I forget what they call it now. The architecture was like Greek or Roman type architecture, and they're like, well, this was a really old world building, basically trying to imply that the mud flood and all that stuff. And
Okay.
then the church itself was built on a hill. Well, this guy was trying to say, well, look, there's a basement down there. Oh, they dug into the mud. And I'm just like, no, you idiot. They built on a hill. That's called a basement. You know, there's another floor underneath. But they acted like, well, it must have been from something really ancient and the Tartarians and all that stuff. Because of its architecture.
The hotel I worked in, when you went down into the cellar, you could actually see the older windows used to be at street level, but it was built up. So they actually had raised it up because of, I don't know, flooding, whatever. It was built on a natural watercourse. But yeah, when we went to the cellar, the windows were too good to be underground windows. You could see it was, I dare say, like the basement flat where you look up a bit, like you could see at street level, I guess, or at a higher level windows. But yeah, this hotel definitely, we were on the second floor or whatever, and there was a ground floor before it. So yeah, you get that. Buildings get changed. In fact, my grand uncle, I think you would call him, has a unique claim in a suburb north of Melbourne. He was on the council there, and he decided back in the 1850s or whatever that it'd be good to have footpaths because that way it's not muddy and the suburb will be a higher profile and la-di-da. So he got it done. He flooded Melbourne because all the water runoff flooded into the main CBD.
Oh, no.
Now, that's an act of scumbaggery, unforeseen consequences that none of us in the family can match. And then you got a street named after him for it, too. So, nice work, Greg. Yeah. Yep, he flooded Melbourne. Well done.
Oh,
nice work, brother.
Very good. But there was a woman that claimed San Francisco was built on the top of mud flood. That's why there's so many hills and steep hills and stuff. And I'm just like, no, you don't.
What gives this mud flood traction?
You know, I don't know.
Is there a loose passage in the Bible that suggests it? And therefore everyone goes with
the mud flood supposedly happened in the 1800s, and there was actually orphan trains, but it was for another reason. And they bring about like the orphan trains were the kids coming in to help dig out the mud and stuff. And it's just like, do you people hear yourselves? And then they bring in Tartaria, which was actually what I think Russia was called at one time referred to at one time. But they act as if
Okay.
it was like Atlantis. It was all over the world, and all this ancient stuff, and
Ah.
And then we had this
Heinrich
magic
Himmler.
world reset. Yeah, and then we had this magic world reset,
Yeah.
and people forgot that time. And I'm just like, do you people hear yourselves talking?
No, they don't.
Heinrich Himmler thought the Canary Islands were Atlantis. Some reason he put all this
Okay.
shit together that he was given because he wanted
Yeah.
a thing, and that's what they believed. The Nazis thought that Canary Islands were Atlantis, and let's go digging and looking, and they were sending U-boats and everything around looking for the lost city. They thought they were going to find artifacts or something. Like, wow.
God,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Indiana
because yeah. But they don't
Who was that?
account for the fact that we have books and manuscripts and documentation from hundreds and thousands of years ago, or hundreds and thousands
Yeah.
of years ago. Like
And
hundreds
then,
of
of course,
thousands.
also the people who believe in the ancient aliens is the same sort of idea.
Mm-hmm.
In my book, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, these people that weren't white, they can possibly be smart enough to build these pyramids because. It's impossible. They couldn't do that in Northern Europe, so they couldn't do it here. It's impossible. Must have
Right,
been aliens.
Yeah, my husband's into the ancient aliens, and he kind of believes that. And I'm just like, okay, hon, I love you, but no, no. And I keep telling him, you could pass anything off with a bunch of production and all this stuff, and people are going to believe it. Some people are going to believe it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it true.
A little bit of a mysterious music.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of funny, just weird.
I love
weird
the man,
weird-
but I'm just like, you really need to research these things a lot further. Oh man, I was so close. Anyway,
and
Would
he's-
you
Yeah.
have, Clover, Mom?
I had a 3 and a 4, so you had just a little bit higher than me. I tried. It's okay.
Like if you
I
take
just
this
find him funny
triangle
sometimes.
and you flip it and you invert it and you put it
Mm-hmm.
and you rotate it clockwise, well then it fits exactly.
And his big thing is the pyramids and the Belt of Orion, and I'm like, you do know that's not true.
Well, even if it was, you're also acting like they couldn't stargaze.
Right. But to be an exact alignment, that's not actually true. And I told him the pyramids were
three
all
of them
built at
don't.
different
Okay.
times. They weren't all built at the same time. It's just like it's just one of those things that somebody threw out, and it just stuck with some people, and it just keeps propagating.
Yeah,
it just keeps
but
going and
here's
going
one
and going.
though. But carrots being good for your eyes actually came from the Second World War because they didn't want the Germans to know that they had radar. So they said they were eating carrots. They're good for your eyes. That's held in for 80 years now. People still say carrots are good for your eyes. So yeah, some of this stuff sticks.
It still sticks, and there's gonna be people that believe in it.
In fact, I don't know if you see him, Simon Whistler. Simon Whistler, the bald guy with the beard, he actually does some real good ones about certain things like, there was that ship that turned up, what was it, the Mary something or other, the Mary Rose or
Mary
whatever.
Celeste?
Just
Mary
the people.
Celeste,
Mary
right?
Celeste, that's it. Yeah, it was full of rubbing alcohol apparently, and 6 or 8 of the drums were empty, and they couldn't have drunk it. They think it leaked into the hull, and everyone got off on the ship thinking, we'll just hang here for a bit. And the rope sort of let go, and they were stuck on whatever. But all the theories that come up, it's always to do with someone at the time does a story, writes a book.
Right.
Eric von
Right.
Däniken, Chariots of the Gods. Suddenly we're invaded by aliens. That sort of thing. It goes with popular times. In fact,
And a lot of these
Shakespeare.
there's a little grain of truth, but it doesn't mean the whole thing is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when Shakespeare was written, suddenly witches were being burned everywhere. So Macbeth was directly responsible for witch burnings, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. But like I tell people, correlation is not causation. You know what I mean? Just because it looks like
True.
that's something, you know? It's so funny. But yeah, he's always been like very like that, which is fine. I mean, that's how he is. It's just I try and get him to see there's other ways. Here's why. You know? You gotta look deeper into it.
Well, I actually like the Easter Island ones where everyone said you can't move these statues, and yet just recently they've showed you how 6 or 8 people with ropes and whatever can actually make the statues walk. And they've even found a couple where they fell over and they broke them. So
there was actually a show.
Let's go build another one.
Where a guy they did the same thing with the obelisks in Egypt, where they were able to tell you here's how they put the obelisks up. You know what I mean? They used the same technology at the time to show you here's how things happened. You know, I forget what the show was. It's been so long though.
No, of course.
What I've found is Stonehenge. If you look at the overhead shot, it actually makes a great barbecue area. I would love to make a working model of Stonehenge in your backyard for barbecues. It'd look fantastic.
Oh, there you go.
And you make it work.
That would work.
No, but Harold, no, you don't burn your witches. You take them out of the frying pan just in time so that they're well done.
Oh.
Or medium rare if you prefer.
Or medium rare if you prefer.
Yes.
Yeah.
You barbarians.
We cook the witches to order around here.
Of course, if it is my steak, then it's rare. But my witch, I have my witches well done.
Yeah. You don't want to. You want to make sure they're cooked thoroughly.
Yeah, I don't want pieces of Satan still stuck in my teeth and stuff like that. I want that to be properly, yeah.
I always think of the
You really need a wind guard there, Jordan. Oh my
I always
God.
think of Monty Python. I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. Remember?
Now,
That's
if
what a
she
witch would
weighs
say.
the same as a duck, it means she is made of.
That's right.
Which means she floats, which means she is made of wood, which means
Right,
she
they're-
burns, which
they're whole-
means. Oh,
Which
I don't know. Yeah.
And she's like, fair cop.
I actually go to a Monty Python page, and we are the knights who say nah.
Nah,
Or we used to
right.
be the dyslexic knights who say in. Yeah.
Or tea.
It's actually kind of funny because they start little trends. The latest one is if you have 5 ants and you add 5 ants, what do you have? And the answer is 10 ants. And that has started a whole knock-on of what do you call a bunch of ants in a witch's coven, and who are witches? A covenant, and so on, so on. So every word that's got ant in the end has now become a joke. And they just go, oh, they're dead jokes. They're me. I love them all. It's like a dead joke club. They just flow.
Oh my God.
Speaking of flow, does anyone have anything to shill?
Nope. Actually,
No.
yeah. I do have something to shill. Something that if you're not in the Discord, you may not know. Globers and Goblins or World of Akala. We are going to be making a comeback sometime soon. The DM.
Oh, nice.
He's mentioned in the Discord that he's setting it up and at a date indeterminate at the moment, but sometime in the future we will be back.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Cool,
sounds
cool,
cool. Yeah.
We're doing Battle of Worlds, Wednesday, 8 p.m. UTC. Battle of Worlds, black and white cheesy movie. Oh, it's got the lot. It's got space travel. It's got weird special effects, bad sets and bad acting, and we're going to be commenting on every little bit. It is a gem, this movie coming up. And are we doing that Sonny Bono marijuana one, or are we going to give that a miss for a different time, Ardawen? do you
Probably
think?
for a different time. Yeah. That was more like a,
Okay,
hey, look
yep.
at this. But we could plan something for that. I do believe that in a couple of months it's in April the 20th again.
Yeah.
Oh, for 420, you
About 2.5
mean?
months.
Is that it?
hmm
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we'll know. We'll see. We'll see. But we also found like a really great marijuana documentary for us to comment on. Lots of fun ahead.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Global Mom.
Nice.
Done by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just said nice.
No,
A nice
that's all good.
reefer documentary.
No, I thought Boomer was gonna say something. Made
No, I was
by.
going to say, Global Mum, shill something like your channel.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Do you have anything to show?
For me, it's just tomorrow is my TikTok Monday. So Glober Mom channel. I'm doing a replay from 2 weeks ago, since I got my since I'm back now. I'm showing the ones I had on my backup channel, and then Thursday is Premiere Thursday, where my What the Hell Karen will from 2 weeks ago will premiere, and so look out for those on the Discords, because I will be shilling them on Discords all over. So you'll get the link if you're on Discord. Yeah. And I'm working for some on the middle of the week, but
Well.
oh darn it.
And how about the Americans, Boomer?
The Americans, I think they're doing urine therapy next week. So, and
Yeah.
I actually did arrest everyone. I arrested you all at the start of the guard game. It was a citizen's arrest, but because I'm such a good bloke, I'm going to release you all on a good behaviour bond. Okay, so you can
So
all
are you a
thank me later
constable
for
now? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm a constable. That will do. Yeah. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
I
And
was going to
seeing
say
as we're coming
constable.
seeing as we're coming to the end of it, it's time to start getting a bit silly now. I guess we're wrapping up, are we, Ardawen? Are we coming
Yes.
down to our last hands?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
our last
Okay.
hand, I think, huh? Oh man. Mm.
Well,
Let's go
has
crazy
someone
with
got
our
the
bets.
Straight.
Yes.
Last hand of the game.
Straights or full books. Looking. Oh, we don't know yet. It could be.
There we go. Let's just do that.
Nice.
Hey,
one.
hey! I just
Hey,
straight to start the
Boomah,
side. Becoming fitter.
nice.
Yeah.
GG.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
how did
the
I get?
six.
I got 571 off of that.
Yeah, we
Gosh,
felt
darn,
sorry
Jord.
for you.
He comes in late and look what he wins everything. Look at that.
Yeah, but that's because Boomer's all in was less high
Oh.
than the George's all in, and
I see,
so
I see.
yeah, so it's divided
Oh, see,
like
now what? I see what it did. Okay. Yeah. It was fun though.
Yeah, Harold, ants do send sexy texts to each other, so it's not a joke. It's a thing. It's actually a condition. And you can't make a joke.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Shit! How do I do that? Oh,
I don't know.
God. Can I redeem this money at the gift shop on the way out or something?
Yeah,
Can I
absolutely.
exchange this for a bottle of scotch or whatever. Okay, cool.
But wonderful
Oh, good.
people.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wish you guys all a wonderful night or day, and I guess we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
See you then.
Wednesday.
Wednesday
chat.
for the Something for Nothing movie show. Bye.
Bye guys. Bye everybody.
Later, y'all.